WTO is associated with long talks, various tariffs, customs quotas, imports and exports, as well as with other terms which our consumers sometimes do not understand. The task of WTO market program is to break all the barriers between buyers and sellers because we know everything about the prices. How does the government support the light industry of Kazakhstan? What country does have a rapidly developing textile sector? And who does buy carpets made in Kazakhstan? Experts predict that by the end of 2020, the market of smart textile will reach $4.7 billion. Currently, it nears $1 billion. For instance, people will have at their homes fabrics with a pleasant smell. South Korea is building a textile technology park in Uzbekistan at a price of $15 million. The main objectives of creation of this academic and research technopark are sharing experiences and advanced technologies, proliferation of technological know-how and research work in the field of cotton processing. Scientists from Russia and Uzbekistan jointly grew northern cotton adapted to the climate of southern Russia. This is an early ripening variety. The period between sowing and cropping lasts about 3 months. Experts regard the light industry as one of the most vulnerable sectors of Kazakhstan's economy. Before the accession to the WTO, many forecasts were made about the future of textile plants. Analysts predicted both the complete collapse and intensive development of small businesses. As of June 1st, 2017, in Kazakhstan there were 1,008 light industry enterprises. 307 of them specialized in textile production. Over the last 2 years, the number of operating enterprises reduced not because Kazakhstan joined the WTO, but due to the devaluation of the national currency. Clothing companies import almost 100% of fabrics. In particular, we produce no wool, milling or backing fabrics. We don't produce sewing threads. Many local companies have to import accessory goods. At the same time, Kazakhstan has significant competitive priorities over other countries in terms of the light industry development due to the availability of cotton, wool and skins. 6 clusters are to be approved in Kazakhstan. We also applied to create a cluster in Almaty and Almaty region. Within the framework of this cluster, we shall increase the added value on the domestic market manufactured goods that at the moment are not produced in the country. If the government supports this initiative, it will be a significant contribution to the light industry of Kazakhstan. In 2010, the light industry in Kazakhstan for the first time was included into the list of the priority industrial sectors. The state supports the textile industry by making state-guaranteed orders and introducing mandatory school uniforms. Stimulating sales of homemade textiles at the domestic market is more difficult. Of course, we obtain support, for example, thanks to Exporter 2020 program, when our companies go abroad, in particular to Russia, or participate in international exhibitions where Kazakh pays for exhibition areas. This is a significant aid for our enterprises. The state also modernizes production facilities, trains textile industry workers and subsidizes enterprises. Experts think that goods made in Kazakhstan will eventually replace cheap but low-quality goods from China. Export is also expected to increase. Even now, Kazakhstan exports its goods to Russia, China, Mongolia and CIS countries. All the light industry enterprises are exempted from taxes. Of course, this helps them to develop, and we can see it ourselves. For example, 15% of finished goods, in particular women's suits, at the market are domestically produced. For comparison, the proportion of Russian goods is 5%. These factors facilitate the development of Kazakhstani enterprises. After the accession of Kazakhstan to the WTO, new foreign manufacturers of finished textile goods came to the market. We need healthy competition in order to open more such companies like ours. Only then our buyers will have the right of choice. Nowadays, China and Asian third world countries are the main suppliers of textiles throughout the world. In Kazakhstan, the domination of products from China can be observed for many years. As for home textiles, over the last years, consumers of Kazakhstan prefer goods of better quality and therefore at higher prices. Goods are purchased at Turkish factories, in particular in Istanbul. Then they are delivered and get customs clearance. State duties and leasing of premises should also be taken into account. These factors form the value of goods. Belarus, Greece and Kyrgyzstan have won their ground on the Kazakhstan's market of home textiles. Despite the fact that the light industry of Kazakhstan is only being revived, the country is already exporting its goods. In the first half of 2016, export of textile materials and soft goods was $52.5 million. In comparison with the same period of the last year, it increased by more than 18%. A well-known Kazakhstani manufacturer of carpets delivers its goods to shops of the global furniture sales network in Russia, Germany and the UK. They are also direct suppliers of textiles to Russia. In 2015, sales of Kazakhstani textiles by Russia made up almost $38.5 million. The sales value to Latvia exceeded $21 million and to Moldova $16.5 million. However, Kazakhstan has yet to develop its export policy in the field of the light industry. We decided to do in the same way as Turkey. Upon the accession's initiative, we developed Kaz brands. This is a program similar to a Turkish program focused on supporting and promotion of national brands and subsidizing of shopping spaces. What should high-quality bed clothes look like? What smart fabrics for home are already available in shops? And how does Kyrgyzstan support its light industry? Most of buyers give preference to cotton bedding sets. There can be also various sorts of cotton, such as coarse calico, sateen, cotton print, cambric or biomatin. High-quality fabrics can have up to 500 interweaving per 1 square centimeter. However, even 60 interweavings is a good indicator for bed linen. Bedding sets made of tight, textured cotton fabrics is wear-proof and wash-proof. Cotton fabrics are breathable and perfectly absorb moisture. Polyester cotton fabrics are also available in shops. They are more durable, but some of them may become tangled or electrified. While buying cotton linen, we should first of all pay attention to density of the cloth. It is advisable to inspect the reverse side of linen. Seams should be made in a special way. They should be doubled and their edges should be hidden inside. It is necessary to smell the linen you want to buy. A new bedding set should not have smell of paint, chemicals or mold. It should only smell like new textile. The global textile market is growing from year to year. Goods are becoming cheaper and the demand for them is increasing. The reason is that over the last decades, the production of synthetic fabrics has increased. Manufacturers have to be responsible and keep a watchful eye on working conditions at factories, quality of goods and recycling of wastes. According to the International Cotton Advisory Committee, during the Harvest Campaign 2016-2017, cotton production all over the world will increase by 4% and reach 23 million tons. Cotton is the most widespread but at the same time the only natural product necessary for production of fabrics. We use cellulose of Australian eucalyptus in the production of filler for textile fabrics. It has strong antibacterial action. It is especially important because nowadays the number of people suffering from allergy is increasing. Neither bacteria nor bed mites, which we do not see and which cause allergy, will breed on such fabrics. Nowadays, robust natural fabrics are the main trend of home textiles all over the world. Both science and technologies make headway. Imagine that currently we use milk fabrics made by means of polymerization of coenzymes contained in milk. As a result, we get a natural product which is very soft and flimsy. The accession to the WTO has a positive impact on Kyrgyzstan. After joining to the World Trade Organization in 1998, the production of textiles in the country increased more than 15 times. Cheap fabrics and trims from China, Turkey and other countries, in combination with simplified customs regime, have turned the garment industry into the driver of country's light industry.